Konbanwa, everybody. This is Jack, and just chiming in here real quick at the top of the episode to let you guys know that our contest is still going and still going strong. So you have the end of January to enter our contest, and essentially it's really easy to enter. All you have to do is follow us on Instagram at Tadaimagram, follow us on Twitter at TadaimaPod, and then write us a review on iTunes or any other platform that will let you leave reviews for podcasts, essentially. And once you do those three things, you are in. The winner is going to be announced in just a couple weeks, but you have until the end of January to enter. And the winner is going to get either a fresh, brand new pair of Apple AirPods or an equally valuable Amazon gift card. So don't delay, and we'll have more details at the end of the podcast as well.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tadaima, Terrace House podcast, your weekly companion to your favorite show on Netflix. I am Robert Scarpanito, and I am joined here by Daily Wilhelm.
Konbanwa.
Jack Cepeda.
Irashaimase.
And Colin Sparling.
Hey everyone, I hope you are sitting back chilling with a nice warm beverage and you are giving our nice lovely voices a listen.
Or a cold beverage. I'm not a beverage discriminator like my friend Colin here.
Hey, I have a hot beverage, okay? I like hot beverages. It keeps my voice nice and soothing and ready to go.
Fair enough. Today, we are going to be talking about... That was a convoluted sentence. We're going to talk about one of the things we've always wanted to for a while now. So,
yeah.
What if we took the panel of Terrace House, which we all deeply love because they're all amazing people and have the best chemistry on TV, but what if we took them and replace them with American celebrities, or perhaps British, Canadian, etc., but essentially, you know, Hollywood-esque, Hollywood-adjacent celebrities.
If they were going to be English speakers, essentially, right?
Yes.
For, you know, to localize. But again, they're still going to be watching the same Terrace House show in Kurosawa with everyone that we know and love today.
Yes. I mean, this sounds like it'd be a fun thing to discuss, mainly because there are probably a lot of celebrities out there who don't know a thing about Japanese culture, so it'd just be like wild to see them witness that and just like the full brunt of Terrace House glory. So I want to throw things to Jack first because he has a mega list that he wants to throw in on us.
It's not so much a mega list. Yeah, it's a super Weenie Hut Jr. style list.
It's a pitch. You're pitching it to us.
Yes, because I thought, guys, I put a lot of thought into this. Like I said, I've been looking forward to this episode for a while, and so I sat down with my wife. We were brainstorming, like, who would we like to see, you know, interstitched between the scenes of Terrace House proper. So I got a short list here, and then I want to narrow this down to kind of like the final six, right? Based on chemistry, based on personality, etc. Okay, first one. The white man's Oprah Winfrey, Mr. Joe Rogan himself, I think is a natural fit for this. I think Joe Rogan is absolutely, yes, I think he's a natural fit here. He's like one of the biggest celebrities in the world right now. And the size and the shaking of the heads are already happening. We can't see this, but I'm triggering some people, it looks like. So, Joe Rogan is one of my picks. Okay, Pro ZD. Goes without saying. I think there needs to be some YouTube culture included on the panel that's speaking English, and he's already a Terrace House fan. He's already got one of the biggest YouTube videos about Terrace House, you know, on, and so I think he'd be natural as well. Plus, he's got that sweet, sweet golden voice.
He's basically the
as well
Yama,
too,
because Yama is also on YouTube.
He would be.
Yeah.
So I was also thinking about YouTube culture, right? Who else would maybe be big here, and let's go female. So let's go with, and I hope maybe someone else on the show knows who I'm talking about, Jenna Marbles.
Yeah.
My queen.
Anybody?
Yeah. My queen.
I'm glad.
Yes,
I think,
I know the
she
Marbles.
brought Sermit, her dog, with her.
Right. Yeah. And then we can introduce dogs. Yeah. Actually, I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah. So I think that she would also be great. Actually, my wife, she was the one who brought that one up right away. And then I was thinking, okay, we need maybe to go into some other sectors here, right? We've got, you know, kind of comedian. We have the YouTube kind of area covered. So I was thinking, let's go in the world of entertainment here. And who's kind of hot right now? Ariana Grande. I was kind of thinking could be in the Tori Chan slot as kind of like the younger female perspective, right? So just one of the ideas I had. Jennifer Aniston in Yu's position. Right, as the older woman. that's a celebrity as well, because she's just got a good sense of humor. She's bright, bubbly. I think she's liked by both men and women. Very few people dislike Jennifer Aniston or have bad things to say about her. Okay, so another celebrity, and now I got on the actress tip here, right? So I'm going to mess up this name because it's just hard to spell and say.
Is it Kim Basinger?
Saoirse Ronan.
Oh, I love her.
I have no clue who that is.
She was the main woman in Lady Bird.
Yeah, she's Lady Bird.
She's Lady Bird.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. And she also did a really good episode of SNL too, so look that one up as well. So Saoirse Ronan, I think, is kind of hot right now in the, like her career, right? Coming off the Oscars, and she's, again, she's kind of well known. Also, what is she, like Irish?
She's Irish, yeah.
Scottish?
I believe Irish.
She's got one of those endearing accents, and so I like that as well.
I could watch interviews with her for days on YouTube. Like, she's such an endearing and charming person in interviews.
Yeah.
Like, someone did a supercut of every time an interviewer or late night talk show host jokes about how hard it is to say her name, and just like the supercut gets increasingly like, it's Saoirse, just yep.
It's not pronounced at all like how it's spelled. Listen, it's spelled Saoirse. That's way too many vowels in quick succession.
I'm pretty sure
seen
someone
that
really said
name
that to her.
a lot, though. It is like an Irish. It's not like her parents were being like extra or anything. It's like that's an Irish name.
Yeah, it is.
With an Irish pronunciation.
She's just the first person that went kind of mainstream with that name, I guess. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen it. Like, what the hell is this? I don't know. Saoirse like inertia. That's what she always says. Yeah.
So your first pick was Joe Rogan, and all I could think that entire time would be like, it is him going, gosh, yeah, Shion and Tsubasa, man, they're really cute. Hey, you guys ever done DMT?
he'd be hitting the blunt, dude. He'd be passing the Doochie to the left hand side the whole time, talking about DMT. Yeah. Okay, we're working our way down this list, right? Okay, I promise this is a short list here. So, who else? Female celebrity who's huge on Netflix right now? Who would add humor to this group? Ali Wong. The baby cobra herself. Have you guys ever seen her Netflix specials? Literally, like my stomach muscles were hurting. I was like out of tears because I was crying so much from laughing. One of the funniest stand-up specials I've ever seen. Baby Cobra on Netflix. I've seen in years. Genius. All right, and then I'm really excited about this idea as well too. So I went now into the world of athletics. I was like, okay, maybe someone into some sort of sports, but like an athletic individual that's very charismatic. And who would I want to see talk about Japanese people living in a house? And I came up with Terry Crews.
I was just thinking Terry Crews a minute ago.
So good, though.
He's good at everything. I just realized it, or I just learned today actually that he was actually voted most likely to succeed in his high school. And he's good at everything he wants to do.
And also,
add Terry Crews to everything.
I've been binging Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Would recommend, by the way. He's so good in it. But I'm just going to say now, he knows Japanese because there are scenes in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where he speaks really bad Japanese.
That's hilarious. Dude, tell me you wouldn't want to see Terry Crews diss Yudai. Come on, dude.
I'm in.
Incredible.
I'm in.
Okay.
I mean, he's also he's so positive. I feel like it'd be hard to see something like even with Yudai, he'd be like, "Come on, man, you got to get your act together. You're not going to be successful." And shit like
he'd
that.
be giving pep talks. Yeah. He'd be definitely raising the spirits of the room. Any room he really walks in, essentially.
And he'd make his pec stance.
Yes, he would. Oh yeah. Oh, easily. That's
visually, we'd have a lot to look at.
Visual stimulation, indeed. So then I was thinking, okay, he's funny. Right, and I was thinking, all right, who are maybe some other male comedians here that I would, again, the question in my head was always like, who do I want to hear talk about, Tsubasa and Shion or, Taka and Ami or whatever. So then I thought to myself, what would be fucking hilarious? Fucking Larry David. I can't even say it with a straight face.
Oh my God.
But Larry David would be like, he would just be doing his like,
that would just such an out there pick.
You know what he would fucking say? What is this, a show about nothing? Who would watch that?
Oh my God.
Okay, so we're working our way down here. So after Larry David, I was thinking, okay, who else would be fucking hilarious that maybe is not the first person I'm thinking of. Then I was like, well, fucking naturally, like Ricky Gervais would be awesome on that as well too.
Wow.
Because I can just imagine. I mean, listen to him rag on Carl Pilkington for 5 minutes and tell me he's not a genius at making fun of people.
Oh yeah.
And his
All right,
laugh.
so then I said, okay, we've got kind of like the older demographic covered here now. So let's like think we need like a younger male that would sit in like that fifth position, right? That rotating chair. And then I thought, okay, so who's kind of like hot right now career wise, but also like well known and well liked and kind of just popular. And so I thought of Tom Holland, Spider-Man, as a good like younger male, right? Of the 6 people. Not too much more to say beyond that. And then again, I was going back to comedy, thinking, all right, maybe who would be an older male comedian that would just be hilarious. And I kind of feel like this is like cliche, and I hate it because he's Asian, but I just think Ken Jeong would be awesome.
He'd be great.
On the panel as well too.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah. He plays Chang in Community.
Oh wait, no. Okay, yep.
Yeah, he's like the doctor, right? That was literally like he got his PhD and was a practicing doctor, and then quit his practice to pursue comedy and acting. Yeah,
and he's great. At it.
Yeah, and he's also, I think, right now at the time of this podcast, I think he's also hosting The Mask on Fox, which is just a ripoff of the Asian Masked Singer show,
like the Korean Masked Singer. Yeah.
So it all just comes full circle. Okay, almost done. Promise.
Man, you went.
And then I was thinking, okay, now we need.
Yeah, this is like
I have like
above and beyond. I don't even have 6 people.
I don't have 6 people.
I know. I told you. I thought about this a lot. Like, and I was talking about this with my wife. So, okay, we're getting there. I promise. I was just thinking, okay, we need another, like, kind of like Tom Holland now. Now we need a female, a younger female there. Because I was thinking about age. I was thinking about industry, where they're coming from. And I was thinking about chemistry, right? So I was thinking, okay, who's a young woman that, again, could fill that role potentially? And who I'd want to hear talk about relationships. And so Emma Watson kind of comes to mind for me to fill up that slot.
Yeah, I mean, I think
she's got the British accent too, which doesn't hurt.
Right, I think she'd fill like a good guest slot because, like, in my mind, I was thinking if this ever did happen, it'd be such an American fucking thing where it's 5 people who stand in permanently and the 6th person changes every week. Like, and our guest panelist, Emma Watson. Yeah,
and Terrace House even did that too. Yeah, good point. Like they would have I think all 6 people, and they'd add a 7th person, right? I feel like they did that before with there was like an older comedian that sat behind Yama.
Yeah, I mean, he joined for like a few episodes, but I'm talking this would be a weekly, like this week's guest is this person. Next week, expect to see this person.
I got you. Okay, so I'll roll the last 2 into one here because I was just thinking, okay, I need another kind of middle-aged young female, and maybe like, again, go to the entertainment industry for this. So I couldn't really decide, but I was thinking like Ellie Goulding might be interesting. And then, because I mean, I don't know. I just think about, for some reason, I just think about that song from 50 Shades of Grey, "Love Me Like You Do." I don't know. Anyways, it seemed relevant here. And then also Camila Cabello. I think I'm saying that right. So I kind of put them in the same slot. So, anyways, after those are all the names I was thinking of. And when I was at the end there, I was like, okay, who would I really want to see kind of there? So I'm thinking Emma Watson in Babazono's seat. Okay, so we'll just we'll start at Babazona and then we'll work our way left. Okay, so I was thinking Emma Watson there, and then in Tokui's seat, Terry Crews. Also, I noticed when I was doing this, like, why are all the guys sitting on the floor? All 3 dudes sit on the floor.
We've discussed this before.
Have we?
It's polite.
Okay. I don't remember that discussion. Was that on the show? Okay. So we got Emma Watson, then Terry Crews, and then in Yu's place, I want Ali Wong. And then in Tori-chan's place, I want Saoirse Ronan. And then on the floor, next to Yama's position, the kind of boy band seat, I want Pro ZD right there, sitting next to Joe Rogan in Yama's seat.
Oh my God.
That's the thumbnail.
And that's my dream team, guys. That's who my dream cast is. And I gave this a lot of thought. I hope you appreciate it.
Man, I already forgot that Joe Rogan was the first one you mentioned until you brought him back at the end.
And like I said, he's definitely passing the Ducci around.
He would definitely be like trying to he would be leading the conversation a lot of the time, I feel like.
Yama often does.
It's true.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. Who's next?
All right. I mean, I'll throw out one of my names just because this one is purely for goofs, but if it ever did happen, you'd be damn sure that I'd watch this episode. Phil Swift of Flex Tape fame. I would love to see him comment on something with the amount of hype he does about Flex Tape, but about Terrace House.
This is my worry: is you guys are going to say someone that I don't know. So is this the guy that just does the infomercial about Flex Tape and gets hype about?
He's the infomercial guy. Yeah, he's the infomercial guy for Flex Tape.
To prove the leak sealing power of Flex Seal, I sawed this boat in half.
You want to hear him talk episode after episode?
No, but like imagine. So Noah turns down Mayu. It just zooms in on him and he says, "That's a lot of damage."
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
You really want a soundboard? It sounds like.
No, okay, see, here's the thing. I was debating between him and Billy Mays because I really wanted like an infomercial.
Billy Mays is dead.
I know.
I was gonna say, didn't that man die? How did he die? By the way,
I don't remember.
Heart attack.
But nonetheless,
Heart attack.
there you go. Heart attack.
Oh,
Nonetheless,
shit,
I wanted an infomercial voice just because I want that hype of like, man, Terrace House is such a good show. Look at these fuckers living in a house together, having fun. You know?
Okay.
Like post sawing the boat in half.
Yes.
Like
Man.
madness.
Pour one out for
we
Billy Mays, by the way.
Same.
Can we just have JonTron on instead?
We could. Well, why?
I don't want to support that.
Okay, guys, if you say a name and I'm just quiet here, don't ask for my opinion because it means I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm trying for it to be ignored.
Don't
All
worry.
right, I'm gonna throw one out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw one out there. The now reigning champion meme lord that's massively up and coming. And based on that description, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell who this is. But I'm gonna say Jack Black. Jack Black would be
From
fun
like Jablinski
as hell.
Games.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
where
thought.
from.
Yeah.
That's why you know. Is that the only reason you know who Jack Black is? I hope
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
School
of
of-
course.
Kung Fu
Yeah.
Panda, man. No, I agree with that. And I
Interesting.
I thought about that a long time ago because to me, Yama reminds me of an Asian Jack Black. I've thought that for many seasons.
I feel like Yama's a little bit more crass than Jack Black is.
I'd like Jack Black to be that crass, but yes.
Yeah.
Jack Black.
He jives with the pureness of the show in a way, almost.
Yeah, well, and I just love his overall goofiness, and he's just kind of wholesome in his own way, but at the same time, he's also been on several Korean game shows.
Oh, yes. I'm so glad you brought this up. Yeah, one of my
Yes.
favorite clips is where he's listening to Korean pop songs on headphones, and there's a big group of Korean guys just standing there around a table, and he has to re-sing the Korean pop songs
And they have
in
to
his
guess.
Jack Blackness. Yeah, they have
Yeah.
to guess what song it is. It's on YouTube now. I don't know what to search, but man, it is worth it.
It's wildly good.
What's on going on, guys? Welcome to Jablinski.
I love that.
No, totally.
I love him, but I also hate that all he has to do is post a 2-minute video like, hey guys, I'm making a YouTube channel. Instant 1 million subs.
Didn't they recently like put out like some really crappy like highly pornographic cartoons on YouTube too?
What?
Tenacious D? Okay,
Yeah, Tenacious
yeah,
D,
yeah.
they're post-apocalypto.
I thought you were
Right,
talking Jablinski Games. He's a wholesome YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's him and his kids on Jablinski
okay.
Games.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
Daly, do you want,
jamming out the Megalovania.
do you want the talking stick now? Do you want to throw us?
I'll throw some things out there. So, we have the comedy duo in Tokui and Yama, but I'm going to replace them. Yama is now Donkey. Video game Donkey.
Nice.
Just because I would
Yes.
love to hear like a summary of a Terrace House episode in the way that he summarizes games.
His delivery,
and then
yeah.
somehow we mention knack, and somehow we go. I would pay for that. That's a Patreon thing I need to fulfill.
This episode was better than Neck.
Knack 3. Has Donkey ever done a face reveal? I don't even know if I can tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
he looks.
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then instead, I'm gonna take away Tokui, as loath as I am to do that, and replace him with John Mulaney.
John Mulaney, yeah.
That'd be
The
a
comedian?
great. That'd be a great duo.
As anything he says, it's because he like has transported himself from like the 20s, and I would just like, as modern as Terrace House is, I would just love his take on things, especially because it's such a millennial thing right now. Anything John Mulaney says.
It's like pure
I
gold.
have a weird question, guys. What the hell happened to Amy Schumer? What the hell happened to her? She used to be like ruling the world. Do you guys ever hear her do anything?
yeah.
Gross.
Because everyone figured out she's not funny.
Okay.
She steals jokes.
Got her.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that was a whole scandal that she was stealing jokes, and then she was making some fairly inappropriate ones, like where she suggested that she raped a guy.
Whoa.
Not to get heavy.
Wow. Didn't mean to get down this wormhole. I just realized like I don't hear about her very much anymore. Now I know.
Yeah, she's like
She
this
did
generation.
that movie with LeBron James, right?
Yeah, Trainwreck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
she's
right.
like this generation's Dane Cook, except worse.
Okay.
There you go.
Everyone thought she was funny, but turns out she wasn't funny.
I'd honestly
Okay.
rather have
Wow.
Dane Cook.
Yeah. I at one time thought Dane Cook was funny. Back in the day when everyone thought he was funny, and I would just be like, oh yeah, that's funny.
Dude, that movie Waiting, I thought it was hilarious.
You know, Waiting was fucking funny, but Dane Cook didn't even play that big of a role. He played one of the
Yeah.
cooks.
Right.
Isn't that
Dane
funny?
Cook
Okay.
played the cook, right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The
let's keep
only
going.
the only part I can remember from that movie, him playing, is saying, "Welcome to Thunderdome, bitch."
I was just gonna
That's
say that.
literally
That's the only line I remember too.
The only line in that entire movie.
This is gonna be the kind of party where I stick my dick in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I mean that movie has Ryan Reynolds in it though, so it's okay.
Perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
I kind of want to throw out here. I think a wonderful pairing would be, and this is kind of in the same vein as like Jack's Ricky Gervais kind of pick, Gordon Ramsay, especially for how foodie the show is.
was fucking thinking that.
Yeah, because
I
I
love
really
that.
was.
like I want him to guest on that episode where we saw Yudai's water soup. And I just that's kind of it. Like your brain goes exactly where mine is, where it's just like this is Gordon Ramsay talking about this fucking broth that's more soup, that more water than anything else. And I would love to see him paired with, and this would be really weird, but with Howard Stern.
Oh, no.
Dude, Howard Stern, listen, hey, if anyone's a fan of Howard Stern, it's me. I love Howard Stern. I really do. And I've listened to him for like literally decades now, I can say.
Yep.
I was listening to Howard Stern during freaking 9/11, like live shit. Anyways, but he's old now. He's really old. Howard Stern is really old. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't retired yet. He's super old.
But I could easily see him taking the Tokui spot, just because Tokui is the quintessential I'm not afraid to say anything guy on the panel, and I feel like that's exactly Howard Stern.
Yeah, I wonder. I love Howard Stern. I hope he doesn't retire. Don't get me wrong. I'm not paying for a satellite radio though, but man.
I went with the opposite in terms of Gordon Ramsay. My next comfort show after Terrace House has been the Great British Baking Show. And I would love Noel Fielding. He's so weird. He's so weird. But it's all like good-hearted weird. I just love to see like this very tall goth British man sitting on the couch. He wouldn't be on the floor. He would be sitting on the couch for some reason. I see
Legs
that
crossed.
already.
Yeah.
Legs crossed.
Smoking.
Talking
cigarette.
about
Oh my
why
God.
aren't they? I think Noah's being just terrible.
Then that's the extent of it.
Yep.
You know, I mean, while you mentioned a Netflix cooking show person, I guess I'll throw in another one of my picks is Nicole Byer from the Netflix show Nailed It, which is just a bunch of amateur bakers.
Oh, we love that show.
Yeah, Nailed It is so good, and
Nicole's fun.
she's just like this force of positive energy. Like even when a dish is bad, she's like, "Well, you tried, honey. Like it was great.
Yeah.
Good effort."
Yeah, she is super like unapologetically positive.
Yeah,
it's
and
nice.
it would be wild to see that on Terrace House, just to see her whatever excuse she can come up with for Yudai or Noah.
Dude, yeah, Nailed It is just to plug that show. That show is one of my favorites on Netflix. If you just want a good laugh, oh my god. good.
So I usually with a lot of these reality show panels, it's sometimes, so at least in America, sometimes it's celebrities that's like, oh man, like I kind of forgot about them, or like they, you know what I mean? They're kind of like known for like only a handful of things, but they're still like enough to be famous and known. And so like kind of in that ilk, I was thinking like along the lines of, I was actually thinking Josh Peck. Josh Peck, I feel like would be a perfect pick for the panel.
He's trying so hard to stay relevant. He's trying really hard.
Yeah, well, his YouTube channel gets a lot of views. His vlogs are like insanely popular. And all he literally has to do is say Drake and Josh reference, insert here. and he just gets a bajillion likes. But I mean, Josh Peck, definitely he's like the white girl vlogger type on YouTube, but a white dude, and he would definitely be the type of person I could picture being on a panel like this.
I can see that. In terms of YouTubers, what about, I would love to see a Shane Dawson episode of Terrace House where he just turns it into like one of like the series that he's done where it's like into the life of Jeffree Star, into the life of Jake Paul, where he makes it like way more serious and conspiracy-y than it needs to be. And it's like, well, what happened? Like, you guys didn't wind up going out, and it's just like Shinsuke sitting on the couch really uncomfortable.
I can see him just being like, you see, Yui left her glass on the table and the lipstick mark is facing north-northwest. Now, we know in Japanese lore that implies that she's pregnant. So the question is, who's she boinking in the background of Terrace House? Let's find out.
Please. And then it's like, somehow he's like, the house is actually haunted and Yui's been dead all along. She's just a wandering spirit. Like, no, then let's just get Ghost Adventures to walk through the house.
Oh my God.
And be like, did you hear that?
I feel like this is turning into like Vadi Vidya for like a Dark Souls lore video or something.
Yeah, we're morphing Terrace House as it is.
Yeah, but no, for real, another really good pick, fucking Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin would be a fucking awesome pick.
Let me just say this about Macaulay Culkin. Like, he looks like he does a lot of drugs like right now, but he's amazingly put together. He's very well adjusted. He's like normal. And it's sad to say that like that's like a surprise, right? But it is a surprise to me because typically, child actors that are as huge as he is. I mean, you think how much money he makes for doing nothing right now, just in residuals.
Oh, yeah, totally. And
TBS reruns.
He's kind of on the up and up right now. Like he got himself, it seems like he got himself pretty clean. Yeah. He started his own podcast, Bunny Ears, and then he's been doing like random appearances. He did an ad for, I think, Google, wasn't it? Or he did an ad for something. And then he actually was just in a couple of the Angry Video Game Nerds videos, which is pretty freaking cool. But I feel like, the way he is on his podcast and stuff like that, and him being like a childhood star, I feel like he would be like the perfect archetype to put on this show.
With Angry Video Game Nerds, I remember he did a kind of like a retrospective or a breakdown. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was based on Big Trouble in Little China, one of Kurt Russell's and John Carpenter's best collabs ever. It's where Raiden was Raiden before Mortal Kombat existed. Seriously, it's crazy.
Yeah. I have a pretty presidential pick for mine.
Please do not. Please do not.
No.
I would love to see Obama.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
I was worried there.
Me too.
I was real worried
Every day we stray further from God's light.
No, not the current one. He'd be tweeting about the show on his toilet. But I feel like Obama.
He would.
Yeah, Obama would be a fun pick because since he's become not president, like he just seems like an extra chill dude. But still very eloquent because he went to like all these schools and shit. And
I don't think he can't be eloquent. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's kind of bred to be that, but also still somehow funny in his eloquence. And it would just be an interesting atmosphere. Like no matter who else is on the panel, he would definitely inject something wildly dynamic. That would be very interesting.
He would just go into one of his monologues for him. He'd be like, I think that you guys actions
Obama
are very
is criminal, dude. Put your hand down. Oh my gosh. Would he be a permanent staple or would he just be like a guest, like the rotating six?
He's a busy guy. I could see him rotate.
Right.
He don't got a job right now.
You know what though? Wherever he goes, though, he still travels like the president. You still have to have the Secret Service and all that, security wise. So.
Guys, I'm just gonna put this out there.
That week.
I feel like Daly and I have probably definitely the more grounded picks so far.
Yeah, Robert, you're going off the fucking charts here. Fucking Barack Obama,
former president.
You know who'd be really good, guys? Let's dig up Martin Luther King and.
Oh come on! I didn't.
He's just really well spoken.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I would say I would just like to throw the hat in the ring for the show with hot questions and even hotter wings, Mr. Sean Evans.
I think that would be a really good one.
I think Sean Evans would be really good.
I don't know how this is, but I still think he's underrated as a TV personality.
He's an insanely good interviewer.
He is really good.
Really good interviewer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
So
I agree with that.
I think that could carry over into some really good insight on the show.
I mean, here's the thing. Okay, so we're going to date ourselves now, but they just released the Hot Ones with Sean Evans where Gordon Ramsay was on it, right? That was kind of like their holy grail. Like, they kind of don't have anywhere else to go. Now that Gordon Ramsay's done it, like, maybe he needs to, solicit Netflix
House.
and get this happening. Yeah, I mean, what else is he going to do? Gordon Ramsay's, it's been done now. That's a good pick, Colin, out of the blue. I like that. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, I love my boy Sean.
Yeah, I've been noticing there's a lot more YouTubers among all of our picks than I expected.
You know what? I think it's necessary. I mean, if we're thinking, in like hypotheticals here where this was really going to happen, I think that Terrace House absolutely is. It would make sense to incorporate some sort of, alternative media celebrities.
Totally.
Yeah.
Terrace House themselves puts a lot of content on YouTube. And I don't know honestly, I don't know what the climate's like in Japan. I imagine they watch a lot of YouTube themselves. I'm just assuming. But at least for me personally, YouTube is pretty much the new cable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I fall back on YouTube any given time when I'm watching TV. If I'm just looking for something to watch randomly to kill time, the format suits when I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's something astronomically ridiculous, like, what is it, like 85 hours of content is uploaded every second of every single day. Something like unattainable like that you could never, no one human could ever watch everything on YouTube, given, 1,000 lifetimes.
Yeah.
And inherently, I think that what YouTubers are doing is they're hosting. They are hosts in their own videos. So I think it's a natural transition then to like, especially like a huge chunk of YouTube now is just reaction videos.
Yeah, commentating.
Or reacting to things, commentating. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what Let's Plays are. And we already talked about before in some of our first episodes how Terrace House is almost like a Let's Play, except not. But yes.
Right. But there's something there. It's tweaking the similar part of the brain.
Yeah, I mean, there's even a channel on YouTube called Tadaima that, reacts to the show called Terrace House. You know what I mean? It's just
that's our channel.
Oh,
are we a Let's Play?
Whoa. Are we Let's Playing Terrace House?
This just got meta as fuck, guys.
I'm bringing this back. Oh my god. So when we were talking about celebrities, I was thinking like Casey Neistat might be a good addition. Impromptu here,
I mean, listen, we do not want to turn this into YouTube Rewind, all right?
No.
You know what?
Not this year's anyway.
You know what's interesting? I don't think anyone mentioned any like supermodels or anything like that.
I actually had one in the chamber. Chrissy Teigen.
That was perfect.
She would be so good.
She would be because, dude,
Really?
like I'm really not familiar with her work except for on Twitter, and on Twitter she is fucking fire.
Savage.
Yeah, she will tell you like it is.
Dude, you know what'd be the most.
She's John Legend's wife.
Yes.
And
Okay.
I remember seeing a tweet that has now gone into meme status where she was like, hey, I'm making banana bread. I don't have enough like brown bananas. If anyone wants to give me 3 brown bananas, I will send my assistant to give you expensive makeup palette, my signed cookbook, and a pair of John Legend's underpants. And she did that twice because she needed a 4th banana after she had already gotten the first 3.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That's a little excessive, but okay.
You know what? You know what would be the most millennial idea ever? And I can see this happening somewhere down the road. But instead of like a person in one of the seats, it would just be like a TV screen, and it would just be Wendy's Twitter.
I love it.
I love that.
People.
No, like honestly, something that hampered me when I was thinking about like this as a subject, like who would I want to be on the panelists? And I'm like, I just kept thinking of like Vine stars, like people on Vine, like certain Vines or like certain Twitter accounts, like Drill would be great at Terrace House commentary.
The hydraulic press.
In the same vein of like having the Wendy's Twitter up there as a quote unquote panelist, I could totally see a world where the panelists also have Twitch chat open. They're live streaming the episode and then they're just like here's a break where we're gonna react to your Twitch chat. Just like it's
Yes.
totally.
Holy shit, guys!
God.
Maybe we should do that.
Oh fuck.
We'll see. No one else doing it. Shit, man. We'll see.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. My last pick is Weird Al, and I don't really have a reason other than I like Weird Al. I can't really justify it.
Listen, I like Weird Al too, but after he was on, Hot Ones is coming up a lot on this show. After he was on Hot Ones, did you guys see him and like barely biting the chicken?
Yeah.
I kind of lost a little respect for him.
Oh
Weird
yeah,
Al.
he was just like very, very
Dainty pinky leg. Like,
yes.
I love
It
that
was-
now we're judging a man by his ability to eat hot wings. Like that's a measure of your respect.
This is my
Not
this
the
is the
fact
state of the
that
world.
he's like
Yeah.
a super successful musician and
No.
parody artist.
Did
or
you see
anything.
how he ate those chicken wings though?
Guys.
He won a Grammy. Congrats, man. Fine.
my
Far
my
apart.
last and final pick, because I have to stay on brand. Fred Durst.
You fucker.
I don't know if it really has to be explained why. Just Fred Durst. Fred Durst. Yo, man, I don't think I'd like how this fucking Udai guy's rolling. Now I'm saying.
But he would say rolling
my
3 more
gosh.
times. You know that, right? He would not
Someday your
stop.
grandkids are gonna listen to this,
Roll.
Colin.
Good. I'm gonna be that dad. I like that dad that's wearing a fucking old tattered Limp Bizkit shirt
Like
Oh my gosh.
when I go to their graduation or something.
you know how sometimes in Terrace House when they cut to the panel, like the first thing is usually like one of them or a group of them just being like, "Oh, right." I just imagine them doing that cut, and it's just Fred Durst. Yeah, it's just like the first thing.
Dude, instead of come my wall, it's yeah.
Yeah, like after Tsubasa and Shion finally kiss. Yeah.
It's a little soundbite there. Yeah. Fred Durst, if you're listening to this podcast, and we know you are, will you please come to Seattle next year when Colin graduates from his MBA program and hand him his fucking MBA?
That would be amazing.
Dude, no joke.
I'm putting
I
that
would,
karma out there.
I would fucking lose it. I really would. I would genuinely lose it.
There'd be a picture of you online, tears streaming down your face.
might,
Fucking Fred
honestly.
Durst there.
Dude, Fred Durst is a nice enough fucking guy. I could see him doing that.
Fred,
now-
I dare you to do it, man.
Jack,
Come on.
now you've tainted his master's degree. Because now when he gets it and Fred Durst doesn't give it to him, it's like, well, did I really earn this master's degrry? Is this even real?
Is it gonna turn to ashes when it touches my hands?
This wasn't even fucking worth it.
I'm gonna go write a song about it. Limp Bizkit's new single, master's
Oh my
degree.
gosh. You know we're running out of shit to talk about when we're talking about Fred Durst this much.
Hey,
We've begun so many podcasts though talking about Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, I think we're circling the drain here. Is what it sounded like.
Daly, did you have a last one or did you fire all your cylinders?
Man, I guess I would. I never mentioned any like female comedians. I could totally see very seamlessly taking the spot of you, Megan Mullally, who like Tammy from Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson's wife, just
Ooh.
because she would bring that level of salaciousness and like saying probably very bad things. Gosh, I was watching The Bachelor the other week, which don't ask why. Don't go
You
there.
were?
I was.
No, wait, hold on. We got to
And-
talk about this.
Well,
I get it. I get it.
Yeah. I
No, I
have
don't
a
get it.
friend and she wants to watch The Bachelor every week, and so we watch The Bachelor every week.
Like, you
and
started
we
from the
yell
beginning?
at the TV mostly.
Like, are you doing this like you're going all in? You started at the beginning?
It's 2 hours. It's a 2-hour show
Dang.
What?
on Monday nights.
What?
2 hours.
It's
What?
2 hours.
What?
It's a lot.
What?
But it is
So,
kind of fun to vent and yell
Did you
at
start in the beginning or
people.
did you just jump in, Daly? I have to know.
I have missed one episode. I missed like the episode where like he met all the ladies that he's now thoroughly making out with. He's a virgin. The Bachelor's a virgin.
Allegedly.
That's like his one trait. Anyway,
I can't
but
let this
Megan
cross
Mullally
the
was
lines
on it.
over to me. Okay,
Ron,
yes.
Ron, what is his actual last name? It's not Swanson.
Nick Offerman.
Burgundy.
Yeah, wait. Oh yeah, Nick Offerman. Nick Offerman and his wife Megan Mullally were on The Bachelor, and so was Terry Crews and his wife
Oh, wow.
What?
in
Really?
consecutive episodes.
Doing what?
Okay,
And
now, see,
she-
you got to stop telling me shit about this because now I'm going to want to watch it.
But it was like stupid, but she instantly was constantly censored for this ABC show.
Whoa.
She zeroed in on the fact that The Bachelor is a virgin, air quotes, and just was constantly making allusions to salacious things. And it was hilarious because it was like this weird juxtaposition with everyone there. It was like, oh, I'm just looking to fall in love, and I'm trying to really be true to myself and be the best for him. And she's just like, so when you say you're a virgin, you mean that you've done everything but, right? Like, very deadpan.
Perfect. That's so good.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. I think it's a good time for us to wrap up this episode. No final words.
Sounds good.
Say now or forever hold your peace.
I said Fred Durst. That's all I needed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he can die now. Happy. No, I just really wish this would happen. I just want this to happen. I want my wants. It's good to fantasize about, but I don't know if it ever will happen. But man, it would be funny.
If this were to really happen, I think we'd need at least one or two people on the panel who are Japanese American.
That's fair.
Because if it's just all the people we've listed, especially Fred Durst, it's just going to be a bunch of people making fun of Japanese culture, probably.
Also, though, this is like an alternative reality, right? Because I certainly would still watch the show with the original panelists too. Like, they're like my home base, right? Like, I could never even imagine Terrace House without basically all five of the staple in seat people.
Mm-hmm. Accurate.
Yeah,
the show would not be the same.
If there's anything I've learned from this 40-minute discussion we've all had, it's that my favorite panelists are the ones we already have. Because as much fun as it's been to joke about, man, wouldn't it be funny if John Mulaney and Ricky Gervais were in this? I would probably honestly hate it.
I kind of want Mark Cuban now. Now I want the Sharks on there.
Oh my God.
I want all the Sharks.
Just switch shows for a minute.
Dude, I'll bet you could do a supercut. And every time I say this, it ends up being a thing already. But I'll bet you could do a supercut of Terrace House, but with the Sharks commenting. There's enough content there, you know what I mean, where they could react, and someone could do that.
Yes,
I think that
coming soon to the
exist.
Tadaima YouTube channel.
Someone go there and pitch Terrace House.
All right.
Oh my God.
Hey,
I honestly, no, go ahead.
No, yeah, I was taking us home. So you finish your thought.
No, I was gonna say, I think it would work best. I think this would be the most likely if they had like a singular one of these people, right, just as a guest in the panel with the current panel, right? Just have them service as like the rotating fifth chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Before that, I think I'd rather have people who have left Terrace House join in for a week, like either from older seasons or earlier in the season.
That would be cool.
That is the one thing I'd want the most.
Yeah.
But let's take this baby home. Colin, do you want to tell the lovely folks out there about the AirPod contest that is wrapping up very soon?
You got till the end of January.
Yeah, I was thinking about how I was going to approach saying this, and I was like, should I do like a Griffin's Amiibo corner? Like, hey, everybody, what you get yourself some Apple AirPods and blah, blah, blah. Just get really close to the mic and just be ridiculous.
Good old McElroy.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. No. But, all right, guys, if you like listening to podcasts, if you like listening to music, and you want to look cool doing it, you have a chance to win your own Apple AirPods. Just go on Twitter, follow us at Tadaima Pod, follow us on Instagram at Tadaimagram, and leave a written review wherever you enjoy podcasts. The most easiest would be iTunes. iTunes, it really helps us out. Say some nice words about us. Once again, once you do all that stuff, you're in the running, and we'll announce the winner at the end of this month. So if you're interested in getting yourself some Apple AirPods, just do those things I named.
And I do want to emphasize, we have been talking a lot about the contest, but really any way you follow us, any way you interact with us, it means so much. Like, even if you only know us via YouTube, like, thank you for that. We love it. Daly's doing a mini heart with her hands. It's exactly like, just picture that. And that's pretty much us right now.
I can vouch. I know you can't see it. She's doing it.
Same.
Oh, and also I forgot to mention, if you're not interested in said AirPods, you can get an Amazon gift card of equal value if that interests you instead.
Yeah, buy your AirPads instead.
What are those, Jack?
Oh, I just made up some bullshit.
Pitch it to the Sharks.
Yeah, but I don't care. It's what is it, $160, $170 Amazon? What can someone do with? A lot. Buy fucking $170 worth of toothpicks.
You could buy like 5 bags of Japanese Kit Kats with that money.
Buy a bunch of toothpicks and marshmallows and fucking go to work.
Why?
What?
All right.
What does that mean?
That's all I'm leaving. I'm leaving it there. I'm dropping
What
it.
work is this?
What's happening?
What work must be done? Okay.
Find out on the next episode of today.
What is the next episode of Tadaima? Do we know?
We do know. The next episode of Tadaima, we are going to be talking about the lost tapes of part 5. We're kind of revisiting the same resource we went to get those exit interviews with Noah and Sana. Those lovely people over at Reddit have also translated a bunch of extra scenes. Consider them maybe deleted scenes, the B-sides, the lost tapes, to the episodes of part 5. And we're going to start going through them, see how they maybe change the way we could view some of these characters. And it's actually probably a good way to kind of, prepare ourselves for the inevitable part 6.
It belongs in a museum.
Same.
Can we play the X-Files music while we're doing the lost tapes? It just seems to make sense. All right.
At the cost of Daly having any lines in that episode, Daly, could you just do that on repeat so we don't have to get the
Just in the background.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na.
The truth is out there, guys. We're going to go where, I don't know, maybe a few Terrace House podcasts have gone before. I don't know, but we're going to do it, dang it. We're going to talk about these B-sides, and that's a lot of stuff to talk about, I think.
One
Hopefully.
podcast will take you where no other podcast has gone before.
Yeah, guys, because look, we know that part 6 is still a little bit of ways away. We're looking at the end of February, early March. So we still have a lot of ideas in the bank to, kind of keep you guys entertained, keep ourselves entertained, and keep the conversation about Terrace House alive and strong until part 6 drops. For example, someone on YouTube who recently subscribed from Germany, thank you so much. Alternative XXX Honk, I think.
XXX Tentacion.
Yep, not that guy. Nope.
No.
Like for example, he threw out this idea of us talking about our 3 or so favorite Terrace House members of all time, which I think would be a great episode that we may or may not do in the future. Who knows?
I think we'll probably do that.
We will. I'm trying to build suspense, Jack.
I get you. But here's the thing, too. Like, you bring up a good point, right? So we got ideas and we got a list of working of what we want to do in the future, but we also want to hear your ideas for episodes. What do you guys want to hear us do? Because we're here for you. We're here because of you. So tell us what the hell you want us to do. If you have any ideas, feel free to share it on, DM us or just throw something up on Instagram, mention us. Same on Twitter, same on YouTube. Any channel that you're reaching out to us on Podbean, anywhere, we are seeing that and we will react, and it really is us. So we have our feelers out there. Just let us know how can we brighten your Terrace House life.
Questions at terracehousepodcast.com.
Yeah, you can totally email all those things to us and more. This has been Tadaima. Thanks for listening. Itakimasu.
Email us at questions@terracehousepodcast.com. Follow us on Instagram at TadaimaGram, on Twitter at TadaimaPod, and check us out on Facebook and YouTube at Tadaima, a Terrace House podcast. So genuflect. Oh, you know what it means, Robert, because you had that weird thing.
I've got a buck wild story about genuflecting.
Robert learned the hard way.
It sounds like an exercise.
I don't know what
I
the
know.
fuck that is.
It sounds like it's some weird muscle like in your abdomen or something.
I am very confused.
All right, I'm just gonna tell the story now. So I went to a Catholic
go ahead.
wedding back in Ohio, and I hadn't been to a church for church-related reasons in more than a decade at that point.
Oh wait,
So-
you've told us the story.
I have, yeah, but I haven't told
I
Daly
just don't
the story.
remember.
It's so great. So I came there, and this is a small town America. I'm not from small town America. I don't know that many people there, but I'm there to support my friend, his love for his wife, his now wife, and I wish them all the best. I love you, Max. So we get to the church.
Tear.
And we sit down at the pew, and we're kind of like in the middle back, and I notice a lot of people walking in front of me, like walking down the aisle, and then they kneel next to the place they're gonna sit, and then get up and then go into the pew to sit. And after seeing 6 people do this, I think that what they're doing is kneeling to get at like the height, eye level of where they think they'll be when they're sitting down, just to see if they have a good seat.
Is this a good view? Is this a good angle? Yes,
This is a good angle to see the wedding of the 2 people I love. And
This is the most Robert fucking
Holy
backhanded,
shit.
backwards ass fucking reasoning.
and
He will rationale the shit out of shit.
and when I asked my friend next to me, hey, why are they just checking to see how well they can see the bride and groom?
Clearly, I'm right.
Not what are they doing? Why
yeah.
are they doing this
Why are they doing
specific thing?
exactly what I think they're doing?
He's like, dude, they're genuflecting. I'm like, excuse me? And he says...
In public?
Yeah, he's just like, it's basically a thing where you kneel and you give praise to the Lord before you sit down in the...
You
in
do
the
the
home.
sign of the cross.
Yeah, the home of the
And you
God.
kneel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's genuflecting.
Yes. I know. I'm Catholic. I was Catholic.
It's
That
just
sounds like the new machine from the people that make Bowflex.
introducing the genuflex.
Extreme genuflect.
Fuck keto. Genuflect.
Fuck keto. Fuck Peloton.
It's just like
this is the
what is that,
the new
squats?
shit.
Just you kneel a bunch.
Yeah, it's the new Kegel.
God.
Make it last even longer. Genuflect.
Oh man, you're looking really good today. Oh yeah, I've been genuflecting.
Yeah, I'm genuflecting right now. You can't even tell.
Oh my god. Oh goodness.
We're all going to hell.